So as pieces complement, the environment, are there times that you're forced, based on the need of the client, to have pieces that equally complement each other, not necessarily the same, but almost have like they speak the same language in a way?
Absolutely, yeah. Because when you're creating a space, it's nice to have everything tying in with each other. So that's what we try and work towards.
All right. You mentioned something to do with, just creating job opportunities and spaces for people. And on the Millionaire Mind, we're always very keen on any career opportunities that any kind of art or any kind of Millionaire Mind brings aboard. So what are the career opportunities in this case?
Anybody who's got attention to detail, like meticulous attention to detail, is what I'm really looking for. Straight lines, angles, geometry, somebody who cares about what they do. That's important for us.
Right.
We're not a mass production factory. We don't churn out hundreds of pieces a day. We do one-off unique pieces that people will cherish and love, and pass down to their children and children. They're built to last, and they're built to be loved, and that's important to us. So I'm looking for somebody who really cares in what they do. That's important.
Are there so much technicalities in this? I mean, just take us through the journey of how you started, what got into your mind to decide that you're going to be doing this, and did you have to go to school for this?
I've always been hands-on.
Right.
My dad bought me a welder when I was 16.
All right.
And then he never saw me again because I was in the garage just welding things together and building things. And yeah, that's where it started. I came here as a traveller about 13 years ago.
All right.
And I bought a drill, a grinder and a welder. And I just started piecing things together in the house where I was working. And then I moved into an unfurnished flat, and I was like, well, I've got some basic tools. I know what I like, so instead of going out to buy or trying to tell somebody what it is that I want to convey that information, I just thought I'd put something together myself, and that's how it took off. People came over and they're like, wow, this is amazing, I really like it.
Right.
I had a friend who does websites and then another friend who does photography. And they helped me put a website together. I posted it on a local Facebook page, and the phone started ringing. It was amazing.
Wow. So at what point does it qualify to be art? To be art in this case, functional art for that, but and the creativity behind it. So it's just something that you randomly think about and voila, there you are.
I mean, obviously I've got a personal style as much, but sometimes I have to work much more with the client and what they're looking for. So it's a bit of a balance both ways. Some people know exactly what they want. They come to us and they're like, I want this, and we can do that. Some people come to us and say, like, we've got a blank canvas, can you create for us?
All right. So how often do you find yourself having to research, just getting to find the craft trends and all that?
Almost every piece we do, I learn something.
Oh, you have to learn something, and you have to
because
research
they're
further.
different. Yeah, every piece we do is different.
Well, this is a question I would have asked later, but let me ask it nonetheless. On the aspect of money, setting up and finding these materials and all that, I can technically tell that this is something that would last someone for ages and all that, And one would look at it and think, okay, well, it's not as pretty as you'd expect it. So you going out there to convince the people that, yes, it's not about the look, but the quality that comes along with it and the access of some of these materials.
Yeah, so there's a lot of steel available on the market, and there's a lot of wood, but materials in Kenya are expensive. And so what we're trying to do is create like a solid look and feel, at a fairly affordable price. A lot of people are looking, for sort of cheaper stuff, but then they quickly realize it doesn't last. It starts falling apart. The edges start tearing apart. So I could guarantee my piece for say 100 years. I wouldn't have any problems handing it over and then letting people enjoy it.
Okay, so your marketing space and just looking at the customer buying patterns, that is crucial in any other business. And I'm looking at where you're located and all that. So I'm imagining how best are you getting to your clients and what are the patterns like? Is it always high season or there are times that it goes lower?
I can't say that there's a trend. Business being business, it can be up and down, and it's completely unpredictable. There are certain times of the year where buying power is obviously more paramount. Sort of, after Christmas, everybody spent all their money, so not the best time to be pushing stuff then. But like middle of the year and what have you, it's it picks up, and
All right. Well, so I'd love you to take me through this. You know, just blindly, we've met on the road, and I have this kind of an idea, and I'd want you to set up something for me. So just walk us through how you cut, shape, and, you know, craft some of these things.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the first thing, like I said, it's important that I can see the space of where the item is going to go.
Right.
From that, I can blend it in and tailor it to that space. Then what we do is we meet the client in the area. We come up with the design. We take the dimensions so that we know all the proportions are right for the space that it's going.
Right.
And then I'll do some design iterations on the computer. That saves me a lot of time and money, you know, not having to trial and error build stuff. So if I can show them renders on the computer, say like, this is what it's going to look like, and then we take it from there. Then I've got to source the materials. So depending on what the client would like, then means I have to go out and find it. So if I can't find it, then we have to make it. And so that becomes, you know, a learning process as well. Or if there's a material that it's fine for a base material, but then we need to make it look different. How can I treat that metal or wood to get the desired effect? So am I adding chemicals? Am I grinding? Am I polishing? Yeah, there's so many different ways that you can get a different effect from different items.
Right. Well, I'm looking at Trusty Fundi as quite a huge entity. What has been your experience in setting up a business or setting up, you know, all this in Kenya? And what would be your comparison to probably what is the rest of the world? Because then every other time you're doing research, you're trying to understand, you know, the markets out in the world. Yeah.
I would say from a creative point of view, business is not my strong point. Like I love the creative aspect of it, and I think the way that like our brains are wired, you've kind of got one stronger point than the other one. So I'm always looking for help in business and investment and things like this to help the company grow. So far, it's been 100% organic. We're debt free. We've grown from what we've made, and you know, and who we are. So that's been quite exciting, and I'm really proud of that.
All right.
All the tools that we've invested in over the years, you know, we've got from working and then reinvesting in the company, and yeah, you know, that's a big achievement for me.
All right, that's good.